Welcome back. Welcome fucking back. WNYwatercooler.com. We got Steven Coast and just is it mild depression, deep depression, just how
Nah,
every day is in life, I guess.
definitely not mild. We usually don't do a post-mortem podcast, I feel like, but
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think we
know.
have in the last few years.
I feel like this year I need it for myself as much as our loyal listeners need it.
Yeah, I think the optimism was a little too high.
I think that yeah, I was so excited to have these next 2 weeks. And I really felt like I could feel it. Obviously we were very close and I just thought the way this season went, it was their time to get it done. I thought they were the better team. I still feel like I think they're the better team, but it just doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I mean, the yeah, I mean, it just I'm sure we'll get into all the reasons why they lost, and obviously, people can probably guess what my biggest gripe is going to be, but I could taste it. I could taste it, and it just crashes in the most Buffalo way possible.
It was the game was just so like I texted after that first three drives or whatever it was, like this game's over, which I hate doing that. I don't usually try not to say that shit, like at least in big games, but it kind of felt that way. And then we're winning in the third quarter, and then we all get our like, all right, let's go, we got it, we're alive. And then it just was so quick. It was just downhill, just like
Oh,
just spinning, spinning, spinning. We're going down. He got the first down. Oh wait, no. Now it's fourth down, and you're like, oh well, we still got to play. The clock's running. Get to the line. QB sneak's not working. He got it. Oh no, no, they're saying no. One ref is coming in saying yes. Allen throws it to the other ref who was saying no, and it's just like, all right, game over. I'm gonna go walk around in the snow for an hour.
well, we take the lead 22-21, miss another two-pointer, 2 point conversion, which I guess we could start there. We go up. Jesus Christ, this is all like a blur right now. But we have the lead 10. So the Chiefs again make moving the ball against our defense seem like it's the easiest thing to do in sports. They go 9 plays, 90 yards. It was so unchallenged that first drive. 10
Yeah,
yards of
they literally
play,
didn't have a third down.
10 yards of play, touchdown. Without a big play either. It was like 10 yards, 12 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards. So they go down and score after we
And
go
but
three and out.
on that drive,
Yeah.
I I got sick watching Benford. I mean, I don't
Oh
know. Maybe
yeah.
I'm just soft now, or I just
So yeah.
it was to me it
You
was
got
it was like sickening. Like we all know that he just got off the protocol, and then he's like trying to go back in the
quote
game, and then he's just
quote
standing
unquote.
there, and it's just
Well,
like,
I mean, like last week, I was saying it's like there's like different rules in the playoffs. I feel like these independent neurologists. It's like, yeah, it's a playoff game. Like, are we really gonna make a team's cornerback one not play if he wants to? Like, I don't know. I feel like they do bend the rules. It's the same thing with COVID. Like, people are getting suspended for COVID. Once the playoffs hit, no one had COVID.
yeah, they
Remember? Like,
stopped testing for it.
you're right. So, but then he gets, pretty harmless contact, I would say. Nothing crazy. I think he got hit by Hamlin, right?
For
And
I mean, football wise, it's yeah, it was not like.
I mean, I would be broken in half. I got hit by these guys, but yeah. And then he's getting carted off the field. It looked like I was worried about him as well. It's just the way he looked. So yeah, so we start the game. We're already without Rap. Then we lose him. Elam comes in, and good God,
He looked
not
like he was
not
scared to be on the field. He's 20 yards down the field on defense, like
yeah.
lining up
And
to.
this is where I kind of have a problem too with the coaching. It's like let the dude play. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna tell him to go out there and not get beat deep by these bum receivers that Kansas City has, and just give them 10 yards, they're gonna take it every play. Go out there, play. You're a good athlete, be physical and whatever. If you get beat, you get beat. That like we're so afraid in these games, I think, to give up big plays that we just let these teams nickel and dime us to death, and we're not getting pressure on the quarterback. I mean, the first half was a one of the worst defensive halves of football I've ever seen. I mean, we lucked out. That fumble saved us.
But on the play before that, or maybe it was the same drive, I think, they said Oliver was offside. Was he even offside, or did he just have the snap count down?
Oh yeah, because he forced a fumble on that play. You're right. It was close. I mean, when you look at replays and overhead shots of where Chris Jones was lining up the whole entire game on these short yardage plays, it makes you kind of scratch your head a little bit. But um, I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, luckily we ended up getting it back. But we go up 10-7, and then they go up 14-10. We get stopped, and we have like a 50-yard punt return. This special teams this season. It's like it seems so often. Every time we lose, it's like special teams has to play a critical role. I mean, you just can't give up a 50-yard punt return. So 21-10, blink of an eye, and then we had that great drive at the end of the half, and I guess that's when things started getting real weird because they go offsides, they actually call it, and we obviously accept the penalty, and then the tush push for the first time he went backwards. Let's see. I mean, that was a weird play. Remember, he like went sideways before he tried to sneak it, and it just got blown up. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it hasn't been stopped. The Chiefs haven't stopped that in 16 straight times or some shit, and then they stop at 3 out of 5. Or
Then we score to take the lead, miss another 2-pointer, and then we score to take the lead, and we force a 3-and-out, like real quick 3-and-out, and we get the ball back. I'm like, shit. At that point, I was like, we might start to run away with this. I really had that thought. I'm like, we're gonna go down and score. We're gonna be up 8, and I think that's when I really was like, holy shit, like we might do this. And then we have the fourth down. He jumps over the pile, gets it, almost fumbles, and then obviously the scenario that we'll get into. But just short yardage was difficult all game, and we got screwed on so many spots the whole game. It wasn't just those 2 plays, third and fourth down at the end. It was we were getting spotted. There's so many terrible spots in the game. It just seemed obvious that we got a first down. It's like, oh, 2nd and 1. Like what?
yeah, there
I don't
definitely
know.
was a lot of weird spotting, and it
The
wasn't going our
announcers were
way.
calling it out. The announcers were calling it out every time. It was very strange, man. It was I don't know. So
But it was so quick, and then it was just blink of an eye, and then
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
we stop them and to hold them to a field goal, and your
Stop.
your
You
your
don't
boy
stop.
just
Stop them. Stop them. I mean, we let them score. So okay.
you held them to a field goal.
And that's how bad our defense is. That we forced 2 punts in 3 games. Like that's all we can hope for. But no, you're right though. We had the ball. We were down 3, and I mean, what can you say, dude? The fact is, we got absolutely hosed. I don't care. Like people are gonna try and not blame the officiating because that's like the thing that it's like the right thing to do. Like I'm better than blaming the officials. Fuck that, man. They fucked up the spot on the Kincaid play on 3rd down by a half a yard. If they fuck that spot up by a quarter yard, we get the first. The spot on the Allen sneak was atrocious. It was off by 2 feet. And
I
you
haven't
watch
seen anyone. I haven't heard or seen anyone say that it shouldn't have been a first down. I mean, no one.
it's so obvious that it was a first down, but they call it short on the field, and there's probably some technicality in the rules where if you can't like physically see the ball, you can't. Even though his body is like the 40 is like dissecting his body. It's like this. The ball clearly hit the 40. The refs could have easily just said, runner got the yard, runner got to the 40, first down. Not a single person, KC fan, Bill, no one would have had an issue because there's no way you can look at that and make a rational argument that he was short. it's just you can't. No one has. I haven't seen anyone make an argument that he was short, and it's just so frustrating. And
And
you
you
know, you
never
can
even see them market short. The refs in games don't market short like that.
yeah, and I think there was some like I don't know, like we had gotten stuffed a couple times, so the refs were like just not as inclined to assume. I really I can't explain it. And they reviewed it, and it was clear he got the first down.
Should it have been reviewed though? Why? Because it is they consider it a turnover, so it's reviewed.
It must
I
be because it's a change of possession, possibly. But dude, it was just we got hosed, man. And I know like I'm sure I didn't listen to a single second of media this week, other than a little bit of WGR, but not much. And they are
Jesus.
the Allen had a chance. Bullshit. I am not. I have no patience for that fucking discussion this week. We got hosed on that
Well, that's how
drive.
fanboys are.
What are you gonna criticize him for? Even the throw at the last drive. Who on this goddamn team is gonna help that guy out? You know, you look. I mean, other players on teams make huge plays to help win games. The opposite happens with us.
Well,
Last
you
year,
know
you
who
got
could help him out is our offensive coordinator that everyone seems to love.
that too. I mean, we could have
Do,
not called as many QB sneaks, but
have we
you
ever
know,
thought of maybe coming up with one new play? Our only play, the only thing that I see Brady ever have come up with that's relatively interesting is this
yeah,
orbital thing, whatever they call it.
yeah. Should have ditched the sneak. They should have ditched the sneak. But dude, it's fourth in the.
How many times did the Bills say, "Oh, we didn't see that on offense. We didn't see that on defense from them on film all year." I
Well,
mean, they
they
had more time than us. They had the extra weeks off, but I mean,
huge advantage. We can talk about that too, but yeah, I think it was one of our old linemen said after the game that it was a pressure they'd never seen, and basically, I don't know who fucked up. I'm sure the line, the center, Allen, all had a. They were all fooled on that play, and sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the defensive coordinator. But at the same time, Allen made an incredible throw in the ball. Like I listened to the post game, or maybe it was the next day, and Shope was like trying to like not blame Kincaid. I'm like, dude, you're in the NFL. That's a catch you got to make. I don't care. That's a catch you got to make. You got David Tyree, helmet catching, winning a Super Bowl. You can't catch that pass that's, you know, 3 feet off the ground that you misjudged in the air that causing it to be as difficult as it was anyways. Like, get out of here. That you got to make that play.
well, yeah. I mean, it was in his hands. I don't see how. Oh, they're
It
like,
was
oh,
bicep,
he had to contort his body or some
man.
bullshit. Like, give me a fucking break. Contort your body. He's coming back to the ball.
They're world class athletes. Contort your body. Did you see the review, the angle, like the behind Allen, like basically behind our offensive line, that angle of the play?
Yeah.
That's a bad one for Kincaid. I mean, that angle is like, holy shit, this dude, he had plenty of time to adjust and make the catch. And I'm not saying it was like as easy as last week for Andrews, but same sort of deal, man. Just help your quarterback out. Help your quarterback out. I fucking can't. And I don't know, man. The only thing the other thing I like that last drive, no one talks about the first and second down plays before the two first downs we didn't get. Those plays sucked. Like, what happened on those plays? I don't know. Fucking A.
They're just running screen passes. I don't understand running screen passes all the time.
First down, do you remember first and second down? First down, Allen had time. Well, Allen runs for the first. So we have it like first and 10 at what? The 48 or so, or wherever we were, 40. And first down, he kind of holds the ball and then he like throws it to the middle of the field to nobody. And Romo was like, oh, I think he was throwing it away. I think Allen thought Shakir was going to like go to the seam and Shakir didn't. Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
happened there.
they were on the wrong page on that one.
Terrible play. Second down, we try hitting Samuel on this little like 5 yard little option route where he had to try and throw it like he got batted down. Just those two plays were just I felt like they were just like fucking wastes. And now you're in a position where it's like you're in trouble. And
Where was Cook? Why are you not running him? The guy was getting 5 yards anytime he was near the ball.
I don't even remember what happened on fucking third down now. I'm drawing a blank, but he threw the screen to Cooper.
Cooper and he slipped.
Yeah, he slipped and he caught it because there was room out there.
Yeah.
But you're right, Cook wasn't really, and we had plenty of time. Like we still could have run the ball. So,
And then we
but
still even after all that, I mean, to blame the defense, you,
exactly.
you
Give me a
get
fucking
just an unguarded. There, what does he think? Like they're going to be
Zach.
throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage,
That's
and they
just
had this at P Ryan just taking a stroll, no one anywhere near him.
incredible. Yeah, You never see that. You never see that. See, like, how does that happen? Like, he's not going to throw something risky downfield where he's going to risk throwing an incomplete pass.
Uh,
They got two
uh,
first downs on that. Like the first play, they
yeah.
got two first downs. We're just lucky Pacheco ran out of bounds or whoever it was the first one. And then we still had a breath and fucking Pirine nowhere to be found. Ben Bernard's trying to chase him down like that. That's man, this defense horrendous. I mean, unacceptable again, unacceptable.
Especially the first half. I mean, this that first half was just embarrassing. To me, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. Like he looked like he was 8 feet tall out there running
He
around
did.
in our backfield. I mean, I know he only had two catches, but he had like 60 yards. It's like,
Yeah,
what? This motherfucker's been on four teams the last 5 years, and he
dude, it's like Reed's just playing chess, and McDermott's. I don't even know if McDermott's playing checkers, man. Reed's probably like, all right, well, all this talk about Kelsey. We'll just fucking let them stop Kelsey. We're probably paying so much attention to this 36-year-old tight end. Like, we'll just throw to these other guys who are just not going to be covered. And that's like basically what they did. I don't know.
well, after if Brady gets a job after next year, we need an old offensive coordinator that's not going to take another head coaching job. I mean,
That,
these guys, he's even if he's taking 15 minutes to do a Zoom interview, you don't. I mean, he's talking about millions and millions of dollars to get a head coaching job, and to be like once you're a head coach, you're set for your whole life. You're always going to be any type of a coach again. I mean, if you're an offensive coordinator, you flunk out. I don't know, but
OC job.
I don't care that it's on my family's time. What do you have a chart that says between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. you spend with your family, so that's when you did the Zoom call or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't want another young offensive coordinator because of what? How is it a beneficial thing? I don't know. I'd have to
Well,
think like look into it more, but
he's basically a lame duck, you know? Like, you got to be already planning for his replacement.
yeah, exactly. So
I
you're
mean,
just
the
gonna
same thing
the
was true
next
with
QB
Dable.
coach?
Yeah, and then he'll like the guy who are they talking about? Davis Webb, maybe.
Yeah.
He'll come and the Bills' offense will be really good because it doesn't matter who the coordinator is, and then he'll get a job. Like you're right. You gotta find someone who's has no interest in being a head coach anymore. Been there, done that. I don't know who that person would be, but yeah, because the young guys are all gonna have ambition for the most part. I mean, so I don't know, but we got him coming back next year, and our offense, I'm sure, will be good next year. We're returning basically everybody, so we just got to do it. We got to invest in the defense, but we've done that every fucking year, and it just whiff.
Which, yeah, that I mean, let's move on to this guy. Everyone loves Brandon Beane because what, his wife is ugly and he gives good interviews, so like he's like no one's scared of the guy or something. I don't know. Brandon Beane, I mean, what who is he drafted or
Josh Allen.
signed in the last 5 years that's been like
Yeah.
a really good player?
Well, I mean, I think he's had a lot of hits in like the middle rounds, but
Yeah.
those guys aren't like our defense is filled with like middle round. Oh, that's great stories. Like the guys who are drafting high, like I feel like we talked about this with like every Bills defensive lineman that in the
Yeah.
past 5 years is, oh, he's good. He's good. He has good metrics. He's good on film. He's good against this, good against that. These guys don't do shit. Greg Rousseau, I'm pissed we picked up his option. What has Greg Rousseau done in the past 3 months other than not set the edge at Mahomes rollouts? Like, and I feel like Oliver could actually be really productive if he had like other guys because he's small, but he like makes plays sometimes. But if he had other guys on the line that were like good, I feel like he would be more, you know, you would notice him more. But dude, what has Greg Rousseau done?
Him and Epinesa. I mean, Rousseau, he's been a disappointment. I mean, they show up, they have
Exactly.
flash games, but AJ Epinesa, I have not. I talked about him a few weeks ago. I don't see this guy ever do anything.
Our like first drive and on Sunday, there's just like random DN number I forget who it even was now getting to Allen in like 1 second on like the on our first drive of the game. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, when was the last time we got to a quarterback, a DN? Like, I don't see splash plays from these guys ever, ever. I mean, how like, but so I don't know. We need so much improvement on defense. I've been saying it all season. They stink, and they really did. And I don't like our secondary. What do we have? One starting caliber player on our secondary right now. Um, Maybe
Mm,
Milano is better next year. Maybe not.
well, I
I don't
like
know.
Rap. I like Rap. I like Christian Benford, although Benford, I don't know about him, but
Well,
I mean,
Rap,
Russell Douglas, I'd let him walk.
he's gone. He probably is gone, and he looks slow
Hamlin
this year.
sucks. I mean, Hamlin sucks.
What were we thinking going into the season? I mean, we signed a guy to not. We signed the KC dude because we didn't want Hamlin playing.
Hmm.
And Edwards, he ends up getting hurt and is apparently not good enough to play. And we get rid of him at some point.
Yeah.
Um, and Taylor Rapp, I mean, he's all right, I guess, but he gets hurt so often. And Bishop, we'll see. I mean, obviously, too early to tell on Bishop, but I don't know. So you need a new starting corner. You need a new starting safety. I feel a lot of D line help. Those guys are invisible. I feel like you can't. McDermott's defense can't succeed against a good offense unless you have like a really good D line. I mean, when he was in Carolina, I mean, he had like a Hall of Fame middle linebacker, but didn't they also have like Peppers and like Chris Jenkins and like they had like all pros on that D line.
Yeah, they had good players. I mean, I just the Damar Hamlin. I talk about a DEI hire. I mean,
Oh
we
my!
felt bad about him because he died on the field, so we can't get rid of him. I mean, I've always thought he sucked. I,
Yeah, I know you did. I mean, I remember you ripping him every before he died on the field. You couldn't remember it was Hamler or Hamlin, and he dude, I mean he's mediocre at best. You know, like he's a guy that like he's a decent depth player, I guess. That like if there's an injury and he has to plug in, he'll like kind of know what to do. But he's not gonna. I don't know, man. I think the biggest issue is the D line. They just got no pressure. They can't wreck a game. Like I don't know. I'm just sick of our defense being so passive and just being just letting I don't know, just the ease at which KC times three and Cincinnati were able to just like move us. It's I don't know. It's a scheme thing. I don't know what it is, but it's getting old.
I, I think I think we got lucky against Baltimore, so we stole that game pretty much. And
Yeah,
then we come into KC just not prepared. I mean, we have we have to have this sixth offensive lineman. People love him or joke about it, whatever. Two fucking penalties for Alec Anderson in the first quarter or the first half.
yeah.
what we don't force a third down. What the fuck were we doing all week? I mean,
Well,
this is, and I never hear anyone complain about this guy. The sixth offensive lineman. Oh, he was covered up by the receiver. That's just
yeah,
basic fucking week one shit. And
he was real pissed after the one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the fucking rules enough to know, but yeah, he was covered up by the receiver on one, and then he didn't report. The not reporting penalty, is there like a technicality with that? Because like, do you have to like report in a specific way? Like, is he really coming on the field and not reporting as eligible?
you have to like wipe your shoulder pads. I mean,
I just can't imagine how many times has he come onto the field and reported as eligible. He just forgot. I don't know.
yeah, that's. I wonder if anyone asked him about. I mean, I doubt he does interviews, I guess, but I mean, that could be another thing where the ref just maybe he sneezed or coughed or blinked his eyes and didn't see him do it. I like exactly. You're right. Like the guy, just he deserves the benefit of the doubt. He does it 10 times a game, every game.
I mean, I could see like the covered up by the receiver one, maybe. Well, I don't know. It just seems weird that there'd be two flags on this dude. Like, in the one, I remember him being like pissed. Like, what the fuck? So crazy.
Coleman sucks. Your boy Coleman sucks. Holy shit.
But he's a rookie. I think he's going to be a good player.
Yeah, you said that about Kincaid last year, I think.
Kincaid, I'm just so mad at Kincaid right now. And then I didn't like the post game comments. I didn't
Oh,
like
he had a torn meniscus or some shit.
Knox making excuses for him. Like, I don't need that shit. Like, he dropped the fucking ball. Just own it. Just own it. You know? Like, I don't need the excuses, man. Yes, these guys are human beings and probably feel pretty miserable too, but I don't know. At least McDermott came up to the podium and apologized to the fans. I actually respected that.
Did he do that today or was that after the game?
I thought it was after the game, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't really care about that stuff. I mean, yeah, apologizing.
Well, it's just a way. It's like a 180 from what happened in 13 seconds, where I was like irate. Like, dude, you got to have some like realization of how many people are a lot like don't want to get out and leave their bed Monday morning because of what just happened. I don't know. So, but I don't know. It's hard. Where are we at? Where are we even going with this? I forget where we were. Off
I don't
season,
know.
lack thereof.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't even want to think about the like everyone's like, oh, we have cap space. We don't have cap space. We have the 27th most cap space, negative money. I mean, I know they can free up 25 mil or something with Allen's contract and maybe a couple other ones, but so Cook's a free agent, right? I mean, you could franchise him. I think
Well,
that's like,
he's got 1 year left. Cook.
oh, okay. Yeah, see, I
We're
haven't even looked
returning
into it yet.
everyone on the offense. I think I'm pretty sure everyone on the offense, literally everyone, is under contract next year except for Cooper. Um, like a Samuel, we gave a 2 year deal. Oh, Hollins too. We got to resign Hollins. But
I mean, that's how sad it is that we're counting on like I ripped that signing all the whole
I was
year.
wrong about Hollins.
Uh,
I
but
hated him. Now I love him.
yeah, I mean I'll keep him another year, but I still want. I mean, I don't know if I want to draft one, but I
Either.
guess draft one in the second round, or I mean we have two in the second. Still haven't replaced Diggs, obviously.
Well, the free agent pool is like
Well, yeah,
who's the
I'm not
best
doing
free
anything.
agent receiver? T. Higgins.
Not doing anything in free agency.
And
You have to
then,
trade for someone,
well,
but
that's why I'm saying just if we can get Cooper on like a 1 year, again, what I don't even know what it would have to be. Like I would re-sign him if we can get him. If we can get him and Hollins back for cheap, and then draft like someone. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the radio people who are obsessed with fantasy and stats are going to be pissed if we run it back the same skill guys. But dude, the offense was. I mean, what can you say about the offense this year?
well,
They were,
what you need to use Samuel way more.
yeah, like
Uh,
maybe if he stays healthy in the off season, wasn't he hurt all of camp too? And
Yeah, he had like a turf toe shit. I mean, you're not going
So
to get much more out of Shakir. He's pretty much at his ceiling. Maybe he's not, but if he's
going
not,
into
he's
his
pretty
fourth
close to
year.
us.
Yeah, because he's just limited physically, but he's good, and I guess I don't know. It just seems like Lad McConkey is like the exact type of receiver that Joe Brady would want, and it's like Shakir on steroids is McConkey, but
Yeah.
I,
I mean, McConkey had a really good year, but I mean, who else did the Chargers have? I mean, they had the other dickhead Franklin from TCU, but
they got that guy from Quentin Johnson or whatever.
yeah, that's what I'm
But
talking about.
I think it's
Uh,
Franklin, whatever.
or
Um,
maybe I'm missing.
Franklin's on Denver.
Oh yeah, Quentin Johnson. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Don't you watch college football? Jesus Christ.
Well, I knew what college he went to at least. Quentin Johnston. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, McConkey had a great year, and Xavier had a better year than our idiot. Uh,
Yeah, but Xavier, I don't think I think Xavier is a perfect fit. Like we can criticize the Bills for letting Casey get him.
which I would.
I'm I wouldn't argue with that, but I don't think he would have been. I don't think Xavier Worthy is like a really good receiver that can excel anywhere.
He do, he doesn't. He's super fast, but I see. I think I see what you mean. Like he doesn't.
Yeah,
He's not like
he's
wide
a
open.
he's a
He's getting gadgeted open, and they're getting him the ball. You have the best offensive mind, or one of, and the best quarterback.
yeah, he's like a toy. He's like a toy for Andy Reid
I mean, he
to
could get
use.
better, but who knows?
He's
I
just
don't know.
yeah. I mean, whatever. I don't care, um, but yeah, defensively though, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do there. It's gonna be interesting.
But the one thing I heard
Can't run the
today from
back.
their press conference is like you can't build your team to just be one team, which is right. I mean,
Dude,
can the Chiefs always just win? Can't they just not have the one seed? I mean, okay, they did last year, and they won both games on the road. But if they have to do that 3 years in a row, are they really going to win it? It's just
well,
sickening. I don't know. It's just
well, I'm
pathetically
glad you brought
sickening.
that up because they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah, they beat us in a game where again, you can't. KC's not better than us. They just won that game.
They
Another
won by a field goal, and we were winning in the fourth quarter with the ball. So, yeah,
both
we're
teams
basically the
had the
same
same.
team.
Both teams had four touchdowns and a field goal in the game. Both that's we missed two-point conversions. They made one and they kicked an extra point. That's the difference. So we scored the same number of touchdowns. Each team had one field goal. They were much better in short yardage. I mean, they were creative.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, that was the
every single
difference
one
is
of
the
our
margins.
short yardage plays was an Allen run, and they just we did the QB sneak on the first 2 point conversion stuff. I think the second 2 point conversion we did a QB power stuff. Uh, and then obviously all the other sneaks, but they I don't know. They did that rollout with Mahomes it looked like our defense had never seen it, but like this guy does this play all the time, and our defense was the first time they'd ever seen it. Just sickening, but yeah, man, I
I
think
swear, players, defensive players are scared to hit Mahomes.
oh
He
yeah,
he's in the open field, and players lay up, and they just kind of like guide him out of bounds, or he'll cut back in. Players are scared to hit him. They do not hit him.
I would take a page out of Greg Williams' playbook with Mahomes. I mean, as long as it's not blatantly dirty, but if it's like if he's running, it's like he's not down yet. Just drive that dude into the turf, and if you get a flag, you get a flag.
Yeah, like the
But
only
like
big hit we had on him was Oliver on the fumble. He crushed him, and then we took the ball out of his hands. Like that was really the only time. I mean, big hit wise, but Milano had a nice sack, a really big sack. I mean,
yeah, yeah, but what was it?
yeah,
Only two times we touched them.
pretty much.
Um, yeah. So but to your point about building your team to beat one team. We don't need to build our team any different way to beat the Chiefs. Like we're obviously capable of beating them. I hate when people try and make this into something bigger than it is. Like they they beat us because they got fucking lucky as hell. There's no like it's okay to admit it. They got incredibly lucky. And that's just the fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, and then they'll say, "Oh well, we landed on 5 fumbles." I mean
Yeah,
that.
well look okay, so okay, one Allen drops a snap, picks it up. Another one, Allen was QB sneaking it, right? He dove over the pile and like landed on it. I don't think
Yeah,
these are like high variance fumbles. Um, there was another one where he got hit getting sacked that he grabbed, but the ball wasn't like bouncing around.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, maybe we could have lost one of those fumbles, but um, we got lucky on their fumble. That's true because
No,
they
I think
just
that was a play. I think that was a really good play.
by
But
who Pacheco stripping Mahomes. The fumble that was a good
no,
play
because
didn't
it
count.
it landed it landed right next to Mahomes, but we hit Mahomes and we took the ball from him. I think it was a good defensive play to get the ball away from him.
No, they fumbled. I think you're mixing up two plays. The fumble that we recovered that counted, they did a read option and Mahomes just like dropped it. There was
Yeah, he
no
dropped
contact.
it and it landed right in front of him, and he had
Oh,
his hands on it.
oh, you're talking about the recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the actual. The reason why he fumbled was nothing we did.
Oh, yeah. No, that was just a drop. He just dropped it
Yeah.
because they don't run those types of plays. I mean,
But
that's what should happen to them more often when they come out with these plays that they don't run all year. But they just
have 2 weeks to prepare,
have
dude.
extra 3 weeks of fucking doing